Let's flip that coin. Let's check the coin and keep the coin. Well done all, and good day again, me fellow gobbos. We are back in some spectacular action here. It's week 7, and I tell you, I'm almost running out of beer here. This is going to be a bloody emergency. Would someone please have a truck breakdown outside somewhere? Right, well, it's pouring rain. It's the VGP division here. We're actually getting to check out at least some teams we haven't had a good peek at here. We've got one of the Necro teams here versus also one of the Amazon teams. And you can see, someone's left the sprinkler system on here. They're not aware the game's actually started. Of course, being undead, how do they notice? Usually we have a tendency of sprinkling things with a lot more higher protein. Right, well, let's take a look here. He's got the one lovely beauty on the reserve. He's even got both fame. He's even got a keg of Bloodweiser. As for the Necros, he's got 2 spare zombies in the can. And let's get this beauty off. Oh, good, someone's actually turned the bloody sprinklers off. And here we go, lads. Now, admittedly, a Necro team is one of those very strange undead designs. Because, let's face it, speed is not exactly a thing you usually think of when you're dealing with an undead team. I'm all up here in the front here, there's some good solid punching. This part, you can actually understand from an undead team. There's the 136, don't need that reroll, do you? It's push me, push you, everyone's favourite game when dealing with the Amazons. This is why Amazons are considered Tier 1. Fun fact, that's especially unfortunately due to what goes on in the tournaments, because out of the box, at TV 1000, Amazons are considered one of the top 5 teams of all the existing teams. Well, there's a stunning hit. A V7, of course, doing its thing. And the lad has got the ball. And just out of your curiosity's sake, because some of you requested AG increase and a blodger. Oh, nothing happens to that poor lad. He's kind of a league player there. As for the Amazons, look, if basically they're blodgers. He's got 4 to start with, and it's the next thing he's working on just about every one of these young ladies. Of course, that means, just like the North, the biggest problem he has is blacker shirt ends on his thrower, but it's usually one of the first things they get around to. Of course, he has to actually survive long enough and even pull off the odd throw, so bit of a challenge and a bit of a bleed for the rerolls. But talking here about the Necro team here, Necro is a completely different design here of the undead. Now, they have their usually shamblers. They of course have a core movement 6 here of the white, who is basically that blitzer, because he starts block, but that's where things start getting a little different. You've got the almost equivalent of a big guy here, strength 4 with stand firm and agility 2. He basically just lumbers around, anchors the line. But what really makes the Necro team come into its own, of course, is its access to the ghouls, and of course the 2 fuzzy, mangy, flea-infested, diseased creatures here, otherwise known as the werewolves. Now, the werewolves, unfortunately, have had a bit of a studied history. They actually were the first proposed creatures also on the Norse team. Yes, that's right, even the Norse at one point during the redesign ages had werewolves. This, of course, has been changed, but the werewolves for the Necro team stuck around. Now, werewolves do cause interesting problems. They have agility 3, they have strength 3, but they come with frenzy, claw, and of course the backup, regenerate. So if someone said they're the most glorified speedster catchers you've ever seen. But because of the claw, quite frankly, they're usually used for very quick striking attacks. But admittedly, they are the fastest ball carriers for going in for the quick score. The ghouls also are pretty handy on that one there, because they have easy access to the different skill trees. They come movement 7, and of course the basic 3 and 3 for the all stat lines. But ghouls have an interesting problem. They do start with dodge, But they're just like the Amazons, they're also AG7, just like the Amazons. But here's one thing, as any undead coach would tell you, what is the biggest problem with the ghouls? They don't regenerate. And this causes a bit of a problem. Meanwhile, back in the game here, the Amazons have decided to get quite stuck in, tied in here. He's got quite a lot of blodge. There's a solid pummeling, only gets him the stun. And of course he leads himself right into a bloody skull, 1 in 6 there. As we can see here, because of the unusual speed here the undead do have, they actually can turn the trick and change which direction they're actually going pretty darn fast. Ghouls coming out with speed 7, and of course the fuzzy little mangy flea bags going at speed 8. Because of that, he can actually get into a situation here, especially with the stand firm, that he can lock down where he wants to go and then swing either direction. In this case, he decided to swing left, and he's fully committed to this idea. The Amazons, you can see, did start trying to contain it, but because he's got all the blodge, he decided to, well, quite frankly, thanks to all the marking up, just get stuck right in there and try and really show the Necro team what for. This, of course, well, hasn't quite worked the way he's planned. He's actually getting himself, well, rather hemmed in. So it's going to be in Dodge We Trust, which on the Amazons, of course, becomes your favourite. It's a 1 in 9. And this is where the Amazons are definitely very different from their interesting shadow cousins, the Norse. When both teams came out, they were almost absolute perfect shadows of each other. And fun fact for you there, did you know the Amazons originally came with what was known as a racial trait, just like the Norse did? The racial trait for the Amazons, of course, was heat resistance, meaning anything that was very sunny or sweltering heat on the weather table, Amazons ignored. Yes, believe it or not, that actually was a thing way back in the day of the early Blood Bowl. Early days indeed. The Norse, of course, could ignore blizzards. They could still throw the ball, they could run, they could do everything else and ignore all the negative results. This, of course, has been a rule system that has been, quite frankly, scrapped out of the game with bloody good reason. Meanwhile, looking what's going on with the fit to pitch. There's a lot of push me, push you going on here. Now, admittedly, 2 dice, you're looking at a 1 in 3 to roll a POW, but otherwise, unless you have tackle, that's all you're looking for. Well, he's got the quick push away, and it looks like he's getting shoved in for the early score. Well done, lad. Admittedly, for the Necros, that is actually one of the preferred tactics, because they do have all this extra mobility. Once again, we end up looking at the Amazons going, well, where's theirs? This is where the Amazons run into a wee bit of a problem based on their original design. You see, the original Amazon team, oh boy, we're going back in the time zone today, actually came with a unicorn. Now, I'm not kidding you, they came with a unicorn. The original stat line is, yep, you can get this, and they're looking at it again, is, yes, the unicorn was a loner, it was generally that big guy. He came movement 8, with sure feet, he had strength 4, agility 4, and armor 8. It also came with, yep, get this, came with horns, and claw, and of course, you know, funny enough, the equivalent of really bloody stupid, and before you get any clever ideas, no hands, because it's a sucking horse. And believe it or not, yes, that was with the original Amazons, and it's not been back since. As for the Norse, though, as you can see, boy, the Norse have had so many changes over the years, haven't they? They came in almost carbon copies of the Amazons, but with block as opposed to dodge, which quite frankly does give a big advantage to the Norse team when starting out. But why aren't the Norse a tier 1 team the Amazons are? Well, that's because of the tournaments. everyone keeps making all the Amazons bloody blodgers. And that can be really difficult to deal with. Speaking of trying to deal with there, he's been trying to pad this one up. And the bells are ringing. Well, he'll take it. At least it's off the pitch. And that opens up all kinds of options here for the fine ladies. Well, he blesses his own Nuffle's luck. He got the ball. And he's going to get the quick skill point on the pass. Well done, dearie. And now we're right back in there with the Necro team. What's as many people have all complained about? Well, Undead's got 4 variations, don't they? Yeah, that's absolutely right. Your basic Undead team, your Necro team, you've got your Kenry team. Fun just doesn't end with that lot, doesn't it? And of course you all know what the 4th one is. Sorry, getting a wee bit distracted here by the ladies. It's such a fine view, isn't it? Anyway. Oh, finally a bell rings somewhere over there. As frankly, by this point here, the Necro team is starting to wonder what is going on with all this AV7 problems. This is what everyone knows. Mighty Blow is the great changer when it comes to AV7. Of course, as someone said in the great debate, that's why Claw is such the major equalizer, especially when combined with Mighty Blow. And they'd probably be right. Now, as you've all heard, Games Workshop in there. Fine in unequivocal, not to be disputed wisdom. You can almost hear I'm saying that with a straight face, can't you? Have decided that from now on, piling on costs a reroll. I heard that one right. That is in the rulebook. Now, admittedly, the NAF, as well as Focus here, have said, well, quite frankly, get stuffed. As it doesn't actually address the real problem, which it takes a specific combination, piling on Mighty Blow and Claw, which only certain teams have. And there's the quick dodge away. And well, he's at least trying to make life a little bit difficult here on the high agility. It's going to be blodge on blodge, so he's going to be looking for the quick pow. But let's see what he does. Does he want to get things stuck in first? Or move around here? And here we go. Lumbering right along. Well, he's got 2 rerolls, so he's feeling a wee bit cheeky. But then again, so is the Amazons. Oh dear, there we go. 1 in 36. Elf Bane, indeed. Swear this bugger must have been a former elf in a life. Well, this is indeed week 7. It's fuck all elves week here in the NATTS. So, maybe it's for the best. If we're lucky, we'll see a death later. And you know, as I say that, I'm probably jinxing the bloody thing, aren't I? Well, let's see what he decides to do here. Well, he's decided he'd like more of the clock to tick away, because 2 turns, quite frankly, as pointed out right at the beginning of the cast, is just a little too fast for these bastards. And yes, once again, we're touching into that interesting problem that the Amazons have. They're all sucking 6. Even the Norse have had an improvement on that one. Well, why is that, you'd say, Marigold? Well, have you counted the squares from the middle zone to the end zone? It's the bloody team. Well, that means you still have to take 2 turns if you're an Amazon to get there, plus a go for it. That's an extra die roll. The Norse runner can actually do that and even be a square back. This is called Lucky Bastard. And of course, that's when you start getting into the other speed teams, like Elves, like the Gutter Runners, and you start realizing just how critical all that movement available is. And the Amazons are stuck at 6. Which means with that low speed, they can't frankly outrun the bashy teams which once the tackle creep comes in, well, that's about how she wrote for the Amazons. But again, we stress, tier 1 team, no need for change. And yes, that's been going on inside the Blood Bowl leagues and the BBRC when it existed. And speaking of existed, someone just had their existence snuffed. Well, the apothecary unfortunately has at least cured the death, but not the disease that caused it. You're out for a while, sunshine. And that takes care of one of his blodgers. And now the great power to dodge. And he's decided he's going to cruise on in. Well, ladies, something about your apothecary. You might want to do something about this. Now the girls are definitely going to get, right and properly shagged in. Here's the press. It's a push me, push you. Well, there's one surefire place to put the little bugger. And it's surfs up time by the crowd. What can they do to this wannabe elf? Here it comes. There he goes. And sad to say, the fans apparently didn't quite get the memo on that one. He's still alive, he's just surfed off. And there's the 1 in 9 as mentioned earlier. Way back in the play. Out there she is. Fortunately, she found something that's soft to land on. It's just a Aveling. And here we go, turn 8. Well, the Necros are going to do what they do best. Put a couple of punches in. And try and find more ways to break at this almost 7. Well, it's stunning, but it's not enough. And staggering right along. His favourite zombies. Now there's the push way, push you. Well, you might as well re-roll that. You'll take both down. And the flea-bitten mutt hasn't done anything. Well, it doesn't exactly fit into Necro's plans now, does it? Well, it's time for the sweetheart to actually get that one properly in there, and you never get tired of that victory dance. Thank you, sugar. She'll be all here all week. Try the buffet. And it's marked up 1-1. Oh, she's going to take a wee bit of a nap there, and that means the Amazons have got everyone in, every reserve. But fortunately, they get to start the drive this time. Right, now, as pointed out, one of the greatest problems they usually have, she'll probably be buying it soon enough, but doesn't have it yet. Of course, no sure hands on the thrower. So, Amazon coaches, just like nurses, beware, you have nothing for actual ball ending skills by a supposed thrower. Now, of course, the Amazons are host to what is considered by far one of the most superior and favourite store players of the entire Blood Bowl League since the beginning, and that, of course, is Zara the Slayer. Oh, there goes the high kick. That should be an easy field. Does she got it? Yes, she does. That saves a wee bit of trouble. And now it's time for the Amazons to try and show what they're made of. And now it's definitely not sugar or spice. And it's bloody well not anything nice. There's a good quick kick. How about you? Can Monty Blow finally come through? Sigh. That's just not her day, is it? Not because nothing's actually shattered. He hasn't decided to pick a side here. He's going to try and get a couple of SBP in the air. And of course fails the point blank pass. Let's try that again. And now fails the point blank catch. Oh well, you didn't need that reroll anyway, did you? Not like anything critical is going to happen late in this game, is it? But you can understand why. He's desperately trying to get that extra 1 skill point to skill up and, unlock the power of Blodge. Well, the Necros have now decided if they get punched in here, they can actually even be a threat if they get in tight as tiger. Or at the very least, they can certainly walk everything up. This is where it comes back into one of the great debates and arguments regarding the Necro team and, of course, the zombies. It has been pointed out time and time again that the zombies are too good for the price you pay. And before you say, yes, they're cheap as all, here's the problem. They have access to general skill, and their armor's 8. Start looking at the peons, you get a better idea of what they're looking at here. But that's what they figured, that's what you got. As for the Amazons, well, let's face it, they are still one of the most spectacular teams that set out of the box. And do you want to know what the reroll used to cost for the Amazons? 40k. You didn't hear that wrong. Oh, come on, sweetheart. Look, KY over there. Apparently she's got way too much soap from the showers left over. Right. This time he's decided to make sure he has a catcher just in case. Oh, 1 in 9, how we love thee. It's even a bell rung. Well now, suddenly, he's off a player. This is an opportunity for the Necros to shove as hard as they can, and they're definitely taking advantage of this one here to put the press in. Here we go, everyone's favourite. Push me, push you. Oh, he's got the darlings surrounded. Foley gets what he's looking for. And it's quite stunning indeed. And here it comes. You'll take that one, and it's even a bell rung to boot. And suddenly things are starting to look wee dangerous, but once again the 1 in 36 comes back to haunt him. That's the reroll. But it's a pretty good turn there, definitely, for the Necros. He's smashed the bell too. Suddenly Amazons have gone from not quite deciding where to go as, oh dear, we got to get this bloody thing down the field. And we refer you once again to the problem is the Amazons all move sodding 6. And it looks like it might be surf and turf time. Alright, you yeffy bastard, where are you going? Really? That's where you're going? Alright, your choice. Yeah, a bit more push me, push you. You know, if he really wanted to try and contain the Amazons, he could have possibly moved here, because he moves 8, they move 6. They're not going anywhere. But instead, well, it does leave a bit of a funnel here, so it looks like the Amazons are going to put everything they can to swing left, because, well, they actually want to try and keep this player alive. Bit of push me, push you. There's a good fisting on the side. Unfortunately, it doesn't really get through the armour. Oh, this calls for a drink. Come on, ladies, you can do this one. Now, not that one, the other one. Look, if I want my floors scrubbed, I'm going to be telling the wife. The love of me loins. I mean life. Life. The life of me loins. Oh, bugger, I'm on the couch again this week, aren't I? Anyway. Stuck back in there, lads. Well now, suddenly, I can get everything marked up, and if he's really brave, he can steer one away, bring something over, mark this one. And it's a 2-die blitz. Sure, it's a blodge and it's a sidestepper, but again, 2 dice, 1 in 3. Oh, you did see that, didn't you? Apparently not. Well, he's put all his effort in to, quite frankly, marking her up. Well, the only educated guess I have at this point here is there's got to be a bit of misclick here somewhere, because that was an easy as he manoeuvred things in. It's an easy 2-dice attack here. You'd definitely take it, if anything else. Well. For all we know, this could have been a Legendary Edition. Once again, an interesting bug here. We'll probably have to ask the coaches about that one. But, like we said, fun fact, always keep an eye on a straight route you can actually take in. Suddenly the Amazons in a mad scramble are going to try and fight their way out of this. There's a good punch. Alright, dears, this is really starting to look dangerous over here. This is like the karaoke chain on Saturday night. And I could definitely hear the call. There's more solid hits. And she makes the dodge away. It's living dangerously over here on the flank. Meanwhile, here we go, turn 12, and the Necros are trying to bash away. But now, here comes the problem. A lot of the survivors, and that's basically what we're going to call them here, they're blodgers. There's a great sidestep. He's getting pressed in. And there's more push me, push you in the rear of the game. These two seem to be nicely tied up. Oh yeah, I think I just quoted a fantasy right there with these ladies. Anyway, never mind. Too much information? I don't think so. This is from the same person who's played a team called Yowie. And that's just way too much information in this league. Right, where does he want to go here today? Oh, look, it's more push me, push you. You think you've got these ladies contained? I don't think so. Meanwhile, completely off the game. Well, he's got her pinned down for a while. And for once, though, the Amazons, this is actually a play they could actually outrun if they try. Oh, here we go. We're going uphill. One die. He's got the bell rung now. That changes things. It's of all things, it's one of the Liffey, flea-ridden bastards himself. And once again, nothing going on there. Stand firm. Shows the test of time. Right, where are you going to go today? Ah, there's a good solid punch. He's down, and then he decides, you know what, I'm not going this way. Well, he's certainly buying time. Oh boy, is that ever buying time. Well, the Necros have got to now decide what they're going to do about this. This is golden opportunity over here. They really should be sticking something in and surfing these ones off. Because I'll tell you this, it's a great way to deal with all that stupid blodge. And it certainly starts reducing the number of players the Amazons can field. Oh, it's more push me, push you. And he's decided to at least mark the ball up. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, it looks like he's definitely deciding here to stack everything up here for potential surf. Unfortunately, you just don't quite have enough players to do it here. Maybe not the best calculated plan. There's a good solid punching. Well, she's still doing her job. He's tied up. Does he have block? I don't think so. Oh, you can just feel the palpable excitement. Right, that's it. I need more alcohol at this right here. Okay, now, what are you going to do here, ladies? Well, he's decided to try and save this situation here. That mighty blow does 2/3 of 4/5 of fuck all once again. And he gets the push away. How about you, sweetheart? Well, gets a solid blow in. Does something else go wrong? Finally, here we go. It's a stun. He'll take it. And she makes the dodge reroll. Oh, look, VG, it's a favourite. But in this case, here, a sidestep not as bad. And now, strangely enough, of all things, the Amazons have actually managed to concentrate their firepower. And they might even be able to get this one here. But again, as we point out, turn 15, 16, 2 turns. Notice his speed. Bloody 6. Notice how far that bloody well is. 13 squares. You got it. There's a couple of GFIs if she wants to do it alone. Otherwise, you're going to have to use the other players. And even then, where they are, it's still a GFI in there somewhere. Now here's the sweep and contain maneuver. He's got the block down. And he's decided to get stuck in. I think her story's about done. Well, maybe shouldn't have come in and mocked this one up, because now it's a free 2 dice, and he's got it. Knocks that one away. It's the 1 die here. And he takes that one. It's even a bell. Oh, that's a bit of a defensive mistake there by the Necros. It's giving now the Amazons a chance to get in there. He decides to only use the 1 go for it. Still has sidestep. And where are you going, sweetheart? Well, he does actually decide to take a chance, and he actually gets her a little bit farther down the field. And unfortunately, just one too many squares, no rerolls left in tank. He finds the Amstar on the field and trips over it. There we go. Well, we know what this calls for here. It looks like it's miracle time. There goes their bloody designated elf. He's got 2 rolls at it. But he doesn't need the second one. He's got it. And it's even a decent bounce. He's got the ball. But that's taking a real chance. He's staying on the sideline. Well, he's got the potential eligible receiver out here. Where do you think you're going? And unfortunately, he makes the dodge, but fails to go for it. But he does finally end up marking this one up. Here come the ladies. Well, they definitely need this ball back. There's not many ways they can do it. But they can certainly make him pay baggage. Have it you. And the fans have heard the call indeed. And congratulations there to Cord. You've got the first elf confirmed kill. What's that? That one stinks rotten. It's an elf. They all stink rotten. Oh, you mean the dead one? Well, it's a different kind of dead now, Cord. Speaking of, unfortunately, dear Precious here, you're not getting any farther. That's it for that. No rerolls. Wow, we can hear the frustration coming from the other side. And he's going to take it out on blood on the poor ladies here. How he is mashing his teeth. That is a nasty loss to take this late in the season. That might be a player he cannot replace. And we're back to push me, push you. Does he actually risk it? Oh, looks like it is. And he's got it. Is it the miracle throw? And something clearly went wrong on that throw there. It's a grounded ball. Well, it's a surprise ending of 1-1 between these 2 stars here. So that wraps up the commentary for Week 7 out of the VGP division. Next up, let's see what's going on in the other divisions.